This program is sponsored in part by the South Bend Education Foundation.
Welcome to The Break, the latest news from South Bend schools and the community. I'm Will Atkins from Riley High School.
And I'm Maya Mason from John Adams High School. Here's what's making the break. The Hawaii wildfires may be becoming distant memories for most of us, but the disaster is far from over for the island of Maui. 115 people died in the fires while more than 1,000 are still missing, and the entire town of Lahaina has been destroyed. Several organizations and businesses around South Bend are doing their part to help the fire victims. The restaurant chain Raising Cane's recently donated 15% of its profits from all locations to Hawaii's rebuilding efforts. In particular, the money raised will go to rebuild the West Side Center, an apartment complex with 78 units that was completely destroyed. Gray Television, which owns WNDU, has teamed up with the Salvation Army to create the fund Hope for Hawaii. The money will go to help survivors and first responders with immediate needs such as food and shelter. To donate, text Fire Relief to 51555.
There are some new security policies at South Bend schools this year. Matthew Pindori-Tesley and Cameron Kendall met up with a few students to discuss the changes.
As of the 2023 to 2024 school year, the South Bend School Corporation has decided to enforce a clear backpack safety protocol. In previous years, Riley High School allowed string bags in classrooms, but this year, they are exclusively making kids put their bags in their lockers. The changes followed an incident where 2 weapons were found in students' lockers.
There's always still the possibility of nothing is foolproof, it's not 100%, but it does just allow you to see kind of what kids are bringing to school. It's given us a peace of mind, it's giving parents a peace of mind, it's giving kids a peace of mind and that they're going somewhere and it's safe and then there's not any weapons inside the school.
Reporting for The Break, I'm Matthew Pindori-Tesley.
In May, over 150,000 actors joined screenwriters in the Hollywood writers' strike. The parties are boycotting the entertainment industry by refusing to work after actors and writers' contract negotiations collapsed. Because of this, both American television and film productions have stalled for the foreseeable future. Both parties requested new contracts because of concerns with pay rates and AI taking over their jobs. There have been efforts to negotiate, but as of August 14th, this strike has been going on for 3 months. There is still no clear sign as to when or if the strike will end anytime soon.
Downtown South Bend came alive last weekend with the celebration of Artbeat's 20th anniversary. The streets were bustling as more than 500 local artists showcased their talents through performing, visual, and culinary arts. This event stands out for its commitment to local artists, exclusively featuring talents from St. Joseph County and neighboring areas. Well, school's back in session, and that means students aren't only in the classroom, but also on the field.
That's right, Reese Kissel is here to bring us the latest in sports, from football to volleyball in this week's Sports Zone.
You're entering the SBS-TV Sports Zone.
Hello and welcome to Sports Zone, our take on all things sports in South Bend Community Schools. I'm Reese Kissel from Riley High School. In football last Friday, the John Adams Eagles took the field against Culver Academy and walked away with a loss 21-14. Culver took a 14-point lead in the first half. Although a comeback was mounted by the Eagles, Culver pulled away with a 16-yard touchdown run. The Riley Wildcats took a win against the Westside Gary Cougars. Westside came out of the gates to score early in the game, but the Wildcats were hot on their heels with passing touchdowns of their own, and they kept the lead for the rest of the game with a final score of 48. 2 other South Bend teams didn't fare very well either, with the Washington Panthers taking a loss to Hammond Central 34-12 and the Clay Colonials losing against Hammond Bishop Knoll 30-18. Moving on to other sports, the Adams varsity boys soccer team also took a loss to Goshen High School on the road 0-2, while Riley boys lost to Elkhart Christian 1-2. In golf-related news, John Adams lost to South Bend Riley 300-212. Now on to some volleyball highlights. Last Saturday, Riley varsity volleyball lost to Culver Community 2-0, and on Tuesday, the Clay varsity volleyball team lost their away match against Marquette Catholic in Michigan City by a score of 3-1. And the Adams Lady Eagles had a victory earlier in the week when they took on Elkhart Christian at home. The score was 3-0. Unfortunately, Tuesday turned the tide with the Eagles losing to the Concord Minutemen, also 3-0. Good luck to the Lady Eagles at the Varsity Invitational this weekend. This Saturday, former Riley alumni Blake Wesley is coming to South Bend to host a basketball camp for ages 6 to 17 on August 26th from 9:30 a.m. to 12 p.m. at Riley High School. Admission is free for all participants. All you need to do is register online at impactbball.com/Blake. Now let's take a look at some of the upcoming games in the South Bend area. Riley girls soccer will be at Culver this weekend, while Adams, Clay, and Washington's cross-country team will be at the Penn Invitational, while Riley will be at the Northwood Invitational. And finally in football, Clay will take on Boone Grove at home, and Washington will go head-to-head with Bremen, while Riley goes on the road to face John Glenn at TCU Field. John Adams will also be away to take on Logansport. Thank you for tuning into this edition of Sports Zone. Make sure to stay tuned for updates on your South Bend High School athletics. I'm Reese Kissel, and now back to Will and Maya.
Thanks, Reese. But before we go, have you ever wondered how long cardboard can last on water?
On August 18th, Elkhart hosted an annual cardboard boat race. The event started at noon with food, drinks, and many activities, then followed by the race at 3 p.m. The theme for this year was to design a boat dedicated to different eras of time, with many different themes such as Barbie and Titanic. The fee to enter the race was $500 and the prize was $300. Crossway United had a goal to raise $100,000 for their 100th anniversary. Many gathered in festive attire to have fun and enjoy the event.
Thank you for joining us on The Break. Be sure to check us out online at sbstvradio.org. I'm Maya Mason.
And I'm Will Atkins. Have a great weekend.